there a general misconception about the racing whip in the UK? In a study in 2020, it suggests that 70% of the general public think the racing whip is cruel. And this is no surprise. Racing has not updated the general public on its racing whip. 70% of the general public think the racing whip is this. And nothing could be further from the truth. This whip is a crop whip. If this was used in racing, this would do some serious damage to a racehorse. It wouldn't just leave marks, it would leave bruises and scars. This is not a racing whip. So stay tuned, folks, as we explain what the BHA have failed to do. We will be going through what the racing whip is made of, how it's used, and what it's designed for. And then, as ever, I will be giving my own personal opinion on the racing whip. So Jenkins, old boy, cue the B-roll footage.
There is only one design of whip currently approved for use in British racing. It is an energy-absorbing, foam-padded design which was developed by experts from the industry in collaboration with the RSPCA. The whip consists of a flexible composite spine with a polymer layer, which is further surrounded by energy-absorbing padded foam on the contact area. This foam is designed to have a compression factor of at least 6 millimeters. Due to the properties of the materials used, the whip can be associated with a loud sound on impact. This is a natural byproduct of the energy from the impact being dispersed. The length of the whip varies depending on whether it is being used for a flat or jump race. In a flat race, the maximum length is 70 centimeters, with a flat of maximum 17 centimeters. While in a jump race, the maximum length is 68 centimeters, with a flat of 23 centimeters. The minimum diameter of the whip is 1 centimeter, and the overall weight must not exceed 160 grams. The contact area of the whip must be smooth with no protrusions or raised surface. Whips are occasionally spot-checked by the clerk of the scales prior to use to ensure that they are in fit condition to be used in a race.
It is my view that the jockey's whip is a critical part of their equipment in a race. It not only encourages the horse to move forwards through creating a sound from behind, which a horse will react to and move forwards, it's also a critical part of their safety equipment. A horse without a whip is like a car without a steering wheel. It would be downright dangerous and irresponsible to ban the racing whip. Jockeys would get seriously hurt. But that's only my opinion. If you have a different opinion, put it in the comment section below on this video. Now for a section of the show called Questions from the Crowd. In the community area of this YouTube channel, I frequently put questions or posts for you, the audience. The other day, I did ask if anyone has any questions, and I'm pleased to say that we have had one question. If we get many more questions from the community area of this channel, then you could appear in this show. The question, it's from a viewer called Andrew Larderbeck, and it's quite a good question, to be fair. He asks, what are your, if any, early anti-post Cheltenham Festival picks for the feature races? Unfortunately, Andrew, I do have to disappoint you. We are only just heading into the start of October, and I generally like to see where Willie Mullins and Nicky Henderson's stable is, whether they got any injuries at the start of November, whether their big guns field later or earlier. And then from there, I like to form my opinion out of that. And now for the viewers who like their video games, I'm not being paid for this, but I believe the maker of Starters Orders 8 that is coming out in the start of January, deserves a massive shout out. His name is Mark, and he makes these games. He's been making them for years, and they are extraordinarily good. You will lose a large portion of your day playing them, and that's always a good sign. So in January, if you fancy it, if you fancy losing about 3 weeks of your life, uh, pop across to wherever Starters Orders 8 is being sold. I believe if you type it into Google, it'll come up with Starters Orders 8 and you can buy it off there. It may also be on Steam, but it's well worth a play. And now a little bit of news for the channel. We are extremely excited to announce that this channel now has a Patreon. The powers that be wanted me to charge you £3.20 for the basic membership, but I fought like a Kilkenny cat for you, the viewer, because I am a good egg. We managed to get it down to £2, so £2 for the basic membership of this channel, which is effectively half the price of a Costa coffee. For that £2, you'll get updates on the channel and you'll be the first to know about updates on horses that won't appear on this YouTube channel. We also have options for gold, platinum, and diamond memberships, which have merchandise, and 2/3 of the revenue from those purchases will go to the Injured Jockeys Fund and go to the retraining of racehorses charities. So it is effectively a very worthwhile cause. And unlike the dodgy accounting of a certain person that rhymes with Naraj, we will always post our payments on the Patreon channel just so that you know your money's going to where it should be. Also, if you're enjoying the content, may I ask that you do the Lord's work? And I thank you for that in advance as well. This is the news section of the show. Every couple of weeks, we will give you the highs and the lows from the world of horse racing. And to kick it off, we are going to start with the BHA. Last season, they introduced what I like to refer to as the wacky races. These are hurdle races for juvenile hurdlers who have never ever run before. And if anyone was watching at Wetherby last year, it was a total car crash. Now they've decided the winners of these hurdles are not going to get penalties. And if they can't win those hurdle races, then they will be allowed to just drop back into junior bumpers. On other news, the BHA have listened to Reason and mainly Nicky Henderson, and they have brought back beginners chases and novice chases and got rid of those atrocious novice handicap chases. It made no sense for younger horses to be taking on hardened horses, and a few times last year we've seen what can really happen when a novice chaser takes on hardened animals. Doddy the Great was a great example. He hated it, literally hated it so much they dropped him back into hurdling. So well done to the BHA. You don't make atrocious choices all the time. In Never News, Allegory Devassi and the horse David Jennings likes to call the porn star, Brandy Love, these two mares are going to stud. They are both in foal to jukebox jewelry. They're going to the sales very soon enough. On the time of this video, they're probably at the sales. And we wish them the best of luck in their brood mare careers. Willie Mullins has been sending Harold Kirk left, right, and Chelsea to collect all the horses that he wants. He seemingly picked one up off of Willie Haggis called the Reverend. The Reverend likes soft and heavy ground, and it hasn't really been that this year on the flat. He has struggled a fair little bit. He did win a massive prize last time out. He would probably be a 3-miler, similar to Penn Hill. In fact, they're owned by the same owner, Tony Bloom. Another horse that has gone to the William Mullins yard is a filly called Poetisa. She is in the lime green cap and the black silks in this race. It was a quite good bumper that she won at Cheltenham, and she has been bought for £300,000.
On the far side of Noble Grace, Poetisa, a green cap, Horniger from the back of the field, running towards the line, black and yellow, Noble Grace, the green cap is Poetisa, Poetisa's in front, and Poetisa goes on to win.
Love Me Tender has switched ownership to J.P. McManus after this impressive hurdling debut. Seems like William Mullins is making hay while the sun shines. He made a good profit from a flat maiden that he won not too long ago for 7 furlongs, and he's just added to his riches here.
Who's coming up to the line, running out, a big margin winner with book for second.
The boys in blue send Rebels Romance over to America tonight at Belmont. He runs in the Joe Hirsch Turf Classic, and overall Rebels Romance has a brilliant record internationally.
And the French horse goes on and can land again with the King George.
Davy Crockett popped up at Listowel midweek. He was in quite a mediocre novice hurdle, and he didn't jump exceptionally well either. He is probably the best bred jumps horse in training as we speak. Don't really know how far he can go though. Was interesting to see him.
Davy Crockett is now a perfect 3 out of 3.
Stumptown will be going across to the Velka Pardubice on October the 12th. It's effectively their version of the Grand National. It does take quite a lot of courage to get around this racetrack. It's not for the faint-hearted, as you'll see in this clip. Gavin Cromwell is not known for sending horses across continents for a laugh. He's clearly thinking that he can go there and perform. Gordon Elliott went there last year with Cocoa Beach, who is another mid-tier handicapper, and it will be extremely interesting to see how they get on October the 12th.
Godfrey a samozřejmě Sexy Lord. Zvládají to, ale ne úplně všichni. 1, 2...
This is Palladium, the ex-Nicky Henderson horse. This was at Salisbury, where I actually went a few weeks back to go and see him. He was a £1.2 million purchase, ex-German Derby winner, who was with Nicky Henderson for just one run. He won this extremely well. It absolutely chucked it down that day. I got piss wrapped, so it was all fun in the end. Sky Bet have decided that they're going to have a crack at pricing up the Fighting Fifth Hurdle. If you're interested, here it is. And sadly, we have to bring the news that Brave Inca, the 2006 champion hurdle winner, is no longer with us. He also joins Wootton Bassett this week. It's been a very sad week for racing. 2 iconic horses going in the space of a few days. Brave Inca made it to 27 years of age, which is an extremely good age for any racehorse, and Wootton Bassett made it to 17. Fly high and fly free. We will never forget you.
More from Max Joy and Brave Inca, the bravest of the brave, wins the champion hurdle under Tony McCoy. Max Joy, he was never going to get by him. Harder Eustace is third.
And ending on a slightly more positive note, Mons 2 is a very exciting filly who has joined the Gordon Elliott yard. She is a relation of the champion hurdle winner Epatante, and as you can see here, she wins fairly easily, even though the favourite fell in this race. She's definitely one to look out for this season. Mons 2.
Mange Tout goes on to win and win comfortably. Debutant start and a debutant win. Nice victory. Second.
And Grange Clare Park was one of the most impressive point-to-point winners of recent times. He won this point to point by 18 lengths and he scampered away at the end. He's by walk in the park and he has gone to the Gordon Elliott yard. He's got a little bit of pace about him, so not a surprise if you see him in a bumper. Could be a nice one to look out for. Sadly, ladies and gentlemen, another episode has drawn to a close. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And until next time, stay safe.